I want to start by just making a few remarks about this extraordinary person. So Monica, I want to congratulate you on your 20 years of service and leadership with Montgomery Hospice and wish you the best of luck in the next phase of your career. I am in awe of everything you have accomplished, including establishing the Center for Learning, which has offered courses that have helped provide holistic, culturally competent, end-of-life care where it's most needed. In addition, your many years as a member of the Latino Health Initiative, advocating for health parity in the Latino, Black, and Asian communities have made a strong positive impact in our county. You were instrumental in the advocacy, conception, and implementation of the Por Nuestra Salud y Bienestar, the Latino COVID-19 initiative. Your sharp, calm, positive, and effective demeanor has yielded so many positive results for our entire county in so many years. I consider you not just a partner and a valuable asset in the effort to forge a more equitable and just system, but also a dear friend and fixture in the greater Washington community. We have been extremely fortunate that you decided to bring your talents our way. And from the bottom of my heart, I cannot thank you enough for everything you've given to our residents. On a personal note, I will always cherish the caring and special way in which you supported me when we met as Leadership Montgomery classmates in 2009. Very few people knew that my younger sister was dying of breast cancer. And then my mom died suddenly right after my election victory was certified. You were right there, giving me sage advice about grief and gratitude. And I have carried that with me ever since. You have a very special light, and I feel honored to have been in your presence. With that, I would like to turn it over to my colleague, Councilmember Albornoz, who I know also has a very amazing relationship with you, and it's a great admirer as well.
Well, thank you, Councilmember Navarro, and thank you for your continued leadership, including initiating this really important proclamation. I hadn't heard that story until you just shared it with Monica. Not surprised that Monica would be there for you during that difficult year, but just it's a testament to her dedication, her professionalism, and her friendship. I've gotten to know her through her capacity and her leadership with the Latino Health Initiative, and I'm not surprised also about the remarkable accomplishments in her day job, but she has treated her work with the Latino Health Initiative with just total and complete dedication. She has not just been a leader in our Latino community, but has built tremendous coalitions among all of our minority communities and has served as a bridge and coalition builder during a time when we so desperately needed it. And this last year and a half, I can't think of a stronger and more important leader, as well as the remarkable people that I see around this Zoom call, to pull together an initiative that is literally nationally award-winning. And it's because of the strong foundation of the Latino Health Initiative that thousands, and I mean thousands of lives were saved. Thousands of lives were improved. And while the work continues and the struggle has not stopped, I just want to express my deep and utter appreciation and respect for you. And thank you, Monica, for your just incredible leadership, your friendship, and for guiding all of us in so many different ways. So congratulations. This proclamation is extraordinarily well-deserved and extraordinarily well-earned. I yield back to you, Councilmember Navarro.
Thank you, Council Vice President Albornoz. And of course, I wish we did have time for everyone to make remarks, but we have this schedule that we have to adhere to. But I wanted to make sure that, Monica, that you would see all the familiar faces of, just a small sample of your colleagues, your friends, your admirers accompanying you here today. I'm going to read the proclamation, and then would love to have Monica make some remarks as well. So the proclamation reads, whereas Ms. Monica Escalante has made herself a fixture in the greater Washington community as a board member of the Hospice Network of Maryland, treasurer of the Board of Leadership Montgomery, steering committee co-chair of the Montgomery County Latino Health Initiative, and through her membership in the National Hospice and Palliative Care Organization's Diversity Advisory Council. And whereas Ms. Escalante has since 2001 worked in the end-of-life care with her tenure at the helm of Montgomery Hospice, making up the majority of her career in the field. And whereas Ms. Escalante's crowning achievement has been the establishment of Montgomery Hospice's Center for Learning, which has for over a decade offered courses that recognize racial, religious, cultural, and ethnic diversity as the basis to understanding and appreciating patients' diversity, which is a critical element for providing quality care. And whereas as a native of Bolivia, Ms. Escalante has leveraged her background as a financial consultant with the Bolivian Ministry of Finance to provide invaluable qualitative and quantitative research on issues such as mental health and substance abuse within the nationwide Latino community on behalf of such organizations as the National Institutes of Health and the National Institute of Aging. And whereas in 2019, Ms. Escalante was named as a recipient of the 2019 Minority Business Leader Award by the Washington Business Journal in recognition of her numerous positive contributions to the field of end-of-life care and her years of dedicated service to families in need of support and comfort. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland hereby recognizes the contributions of Ms. Monica Escalante and presents this proclamation to Ms. Monica Escalante on the 13th day of July in the year 2021. And this is, of course, signed by our County Council, President Hucker, and myself. And I am just have to say that I am at least comforted by the notion that you're not going to go too far away because we, of course, want to continue to stay in touch and to benefit from your extraordinary talent and your dedication to community. So big round of applause. And then now we would love to hear from you, Monica.
Thank you very much. I am in tears here, listening to these beautiful words. My heart is inflated with joy, pride. This is totally unexpected, and I'm so humbled, so humbled. I will treasure this proclamation for the rest of my life. And thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Gabe, for such beautiful words and for thinking of me. Yes, it's been wonderful to start the Center for Learning and do end-of-life education that is culturally sensitive for all minorities in our county. And hopefully we've changed and moved the needle a little bit in terms of health disparities for the people who are facing the end of their lives. But I have to say, the highlight of my years working in Montgomery County was the last year and a half. And for me to see a disparity that we started looking at what is going on here. Our people are dying. And someone like me who's worked 19 years seeing people leave their loved ones suddenly, we saw that and we turned it around. So the work that Salud y Bienestar has done, and my humble participation supporting the work of so many others that made it possible, including the county council and our council members, what we accomplished here is not a small thing. Injustice has been made right in a matter of a short time. And now we have one of the highest rates of vaccinated folks. I mean, this is something that all of us should remember every day. What made a difference? We allowed the people who know the community work with the community, and we turn it around. The rest of the country really needs to learn from this experience. And I'm humbled to say that, I moved, I'm in the Eastern Shore now, and I just confirmed this morning that I'm the first Latina to be the president of a hospice in the nation, in the 40 years of hospices across the nation. So I will treasure my experience with Montgomery County, and I just don't know what else to say other than it is a wonderful county that I already miss. But what you have accomplished so far is not a small thing. And it's the work and determination of people that love their communities and everybody holding hands together to accomplish this. So thank you very, very much. I will cry the whole rest of the day remembering these beautiful moments. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy.
Gracias, Monica. Thank you, Monica. I just, in closing, want to say that your remarks just emphasizes and puts an exclamation point on the amazing love and dedication of our leaders here in this county. both community leaders, organizational leaders that, as you said, just, in matter of 48 hours, stood up and said, there's something that we can do here. And we have the talent, the expertise. If you trust us, we can do this. And we were ever so fortunate to have a leader like Sonia Mora at the helm of the Latino Health Initiative that immediately, as we approached her, said, of course, I will take the reins here and we can see what we can do. So my heart is also really full. And I think it's important, especially for our young people of color, to see that leaders do respond and that there is hope and that when you put your heart to it, you can really make a difference. So we will miss you, Monica. But of course, need to get that address of yours in the Eastern Shore so we can all show up once in a while and hang out with you. Maybe do some yoga, because that's the other thing that didn't make it into the proclamation is that she's a super yogi. So we all can use some more yoga these days. Thank you. Te quiero mucho. Cuídate. Saludos. Un abrazo a todos. Thank you, Mr. President.